turning back kick for me was a very, very important strike to learn how to do effectively, in that I was having to fight heavyweight, but I was only 155 pounds. And I was fighting bigger guys than me that had a lot of big target, but they just hit a lot harder than me. And I noticed that there was a problem when you throw a turning back kick if it arcs. By arcing, I mean that if you pivot on your front foot, this is like a screen door or a door this way with the body here, and then your kick may swing around in a little bit of an arc, and when you throw it, this guy might say, "Pat, let's step in," and hit you in the head because your leg is arcing. You're not going to hit me with that turn kick, and I'll be successful. So I realized that, well, maybe that pivot is not as good because it takes time to do it, and offensively, your opponent can easily move back out of the way and avoid it. He either comes in on you and he hits you with a punch in the head, or he moves away and you're fanning in the air. You're not making any progress. So I realized that maybe offensively wasn't as good as defensively. And if I was going to do it defensively, I'd want to apply it so that it was straight and not arcing. That would mean that this foot needed to travel right by my front leg and go as straight as possible to my opponent. I don't want it to arc. And I would spend a lot of time just practicing running my foot by my front leg just to make sure that I was touching it, touch it, so that it would be straight. I don't care if I hit him here or there. I really want to hit him in the body. But as long as I hit something, he won't be hitting me in the back of the head, and my leg won't be arcing past him where I'm going to get struck. So it was very important to me to make sure that I was working if you know this is a screen door pivot, we're going to find a better way to do that. So to have this leg travel right by the standing front leg to make it more effective and more efficient. Then I realized that, well, if I'm doing this defensively, he's attacking, and when he does, I'm moving forward down, and I'm trying to do this, and he's getting too close to me. And if I'm not real quick, he's going to knock me off balance, and I won't get him. So I either had to step away a little bit and run this thing straight by my leg so he would run into it, or I found a method that really worked for me, which would be, instead of a screen door pivot, I want to do a revolving door pivot. I want to put the center of my body as the pivot point. So I would work this way rather than pivoting off the front foot. So by doing that shift, I have one foot going forward and one foot going back. I'm still just staying in one spot. I'm not advancing toward him. So I'm letting him come to me. And I want to key this off of his rear foot. A million guys go around kicks at you. They always move that front foot up so they can kick. So if you're ready and you're planning on this, then you're not going to interact this revolving door pivot until you see that rear foot move. When that foot moves, you're going to chip and throw the kick straight at it. That way, you're not advancing toward him. He told you what he's going to do because he started moving up by moving the rear foot. You can't wait until he throws the kick and block it, and then try to do the turn kick. Too slow, you will fail. But if you work the pivot in the center, both feet moving, staying stationary, off of the rear foot as your clue, then you can get your kick off and you can be at work. Dave, can you do that? Or step in there and kind of work a deal. Well, there it is. Yes, I like it. And Bob.